Good morning, everyone. Today it's February 12th, 2021, and this is what we did. I put the Continental Ultra Sports on this bike, and there they are, 700 by 28. And boy, what a difference from yesterday's ride. Yesterday's ride, the sidewalls when you're cornering tight, just are so stiff, so you don't feel the road as much. What you really feel is just you're feeling. It's hard to describe. When you go into a deep corner on cheap tires, they don't tend to grip. They tend to even skip a little bit and skid a little bit. But when you have a supple tire, a sidewall that actually flexes and gives a little bit on the corners, you could dive into a corner a lot tighter. I know the Ultra Sports are the low end Contis, but man, for a steel bike, 700 by 28, what a world of difference they made. And I was gonna get the Gators, but I'm not gonna put enough miles on this bike where I need an ultra strong tire. I just wanted a supple tire. I wanted a soft tire. It was going to be the Ultra Sport, or it's going to be the Zafrino, uh, the Victoria Zafrino, I believe is how you pronounce it, tire. And those tires I've had on a few bikes, and they are real grippy tires. The only problem with Victorias, they tend to be flat prone. I always get flats on them because they're so soft. But but when you're riding with a soft rubber tire and you're really, going on maybe not on smooth paths and stuff like that, uneven or a rough paths, the Zafrino is not a good tire. But for a nice tarmac, it's a beautiful tire, and that's what I love about the Ultra Sport. It just tracks really well. So it rained a little bit this morning, so it felt really, really good. And I just like the way they grip. I like the way they look. Yeah, did we take a little bit of the classic look, taking the tan sidewalls off? Yeah, we did. But you know what? I want this bike to be functional, not just a pretty bike. And in my opinion, it's a very functional bike. I've said it before. Feels like a crit bike. It feels like, a red hook bike. It just feels like a bike you could, when you get in those drops, they're shallow drops, but the way it's set up, it's a deep drop. And with stem, I believe it's a 90. The shallow bars, they're only 42 millimeters wide, so it puts you in a really nice aero position for a traditional horizontal top tube bike. And that's why the seat post isn't sticking out too far, because this is a traditional frame, diamond shaped frame. And I don't know if you guys could pick up the sparkle in the paint, but the paint just looks sick, dude. I really like this color. I don't see too many bikes out there in this colorway, so it looks really cool. I think what have made it perfect was a black fork, uh, but they didn't paint it black. But my next bike is going to be forest green or army green with a black fork, and I think that's just going to set off the bike really nice. My ideas are no brakes, fixed gear. I'm gonna use look heel pedals because they won't clip the corners as much. These cranks are 170, so if you're in a really tight corner and the bottom bracket is traditional, um, you might clip a corner. But as you can tell, the fork rake is really long, so there's a lot of space between the tire and the frame. Whereas I don't know if you guys remember my Silgate. My Silgate was a really tight geometry frame. It was a total track frame, and there was so much toe overlap. You had to be really careful in every corner. And I made the mistake of running 170 millimeter cranks when I should have been running 165. The bottom bracket was high enough, but the cranks were just a little too long, so I clipped all the time. But that's it. I love the tires. Um, Tomorrow I'll be expecting the new bike, and hopefully by Monday or Tuesday I'll have it built up and to show you guys what I'm going to do with that bike. But until then, hope everybody has a beautiful weekend, a great Friday, and enjoy the sun that came out today because it's beautiful now. Talk to you all soon.